What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel. And today we are unboxing The Simpsons. Jakks specific Furious Homer. I was so excited to see the Simpsons line return in 2024. I love the Playmates line back in the day. I didn't collect a lot of them. I have a few of them now, but at the time I didn't really dive into them too much. Of course, the Simpsons has had a lot of figures over the years, but the Simpsons has been on TV for over 35 years. That is insane to think. My sister was born in 1990. The Simpsons debuted before she was born. It's kind of crazy how long The Simpsons has been in popular culture. It really is crazy, and I was super excited to see this line come out from Jakks specific, and these figures specifically because they did 3 in this deluxe line with Furious Homer, Vampire Burns, and Radioactive Man, which I plan to unbox all 3 of them here on this channel. But I was thinking these were going to be like a bigger scale for some reason, and so they did the 2.5 inch scale, which I haven't collected those. I don't feel like I need. It's one of those things. I don't need everything, right? I got to draw the line somewhere. I don't have to collect everything. And so with that, I was like, man, I would like to get the regular line because I really like those, but I like these too. But these are in fact in scale with the regular line, but they have accessories, and of course we'll do comparison pictures later on. But these have a lot of accessories, obviously, which generates a higher price point. These retail for around $24.99, where the basic line or the regular line, whatever you want to call it, around $12.99. So that's where you have to ask, is a fence and a little kiddie pool and a can of green paint worth an extra, $13 or so? 12, $13. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I really like these. I think certain characters, you could definitely get away with doing some of these. I think the Vampire Burns or Count Burns, he has the coffin. That's really cool. Like, this Homer is a really cool version of Homer and very, very unique, kind of a one-hit wonder, but a fun figure. So that's kind of one of those things where I'm not sure it's something that is needed for every collection, but I do really, really like it. So we'll see what happens with the Simpsons Jakks line. We do know a second wave is now coming out. It should be hitting actually very soon. There's going to be a re-release of Homer from Series 1, which I think is a good idea and a bad idea. I think you need the variety, but I get that you want your core characters to be readily available, right? So if someone jumps in the line tomorrow, are they able to find Homer? Are they able to find Bart? And for me, if I were to jump into a line today and I can't get those figures, it may prevent me from jumping into the line altogether. Or like, how much money am I willing to spend? Because I think that's sometimes a factor too. If like, oh, that's a $200 figure now, then I'm like, I'm out, because it's just too much money. So again, it's how you choose to collect, and that's something we'll definitely dive into a lot on this channel, is how you collect. And of course, if you guys are enjoying these unboxing videos, make sure to check out the TB Toycast podcast. That's kind of how I got started with this. We do a new episode every Thursday where we dive into a bunch of news, a bunch of topics. We talk about what's happening in the toy world, things that have us excited, things we're finding on the pegs, all that good stuff. But we also have our main event segment, which is where we do a deep dive into a specific toy line. And we've dove into a ton of different toy lines over the last couple of years at this point. We're almost to 200 episodes, in fact, which is crazy. I think we just did episode 163 or 164. It kind of runs together after a while. But it's definitely a lot of fun. And we just covered NECA Toonie Terrors Series 2, which is really a cool line. And NECA, is one of those companies. I'm sure we'll unbox some NECA on this channel at some point. NECA is one of those companies where their stuff's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more high-end. But this line was a little bit cheaper, more cartoony. Easier to find. You can usually find them at Walmart. You can usually find them at Target. So it's definitely a line that I think is a little bit better, but maybe is not everybody's cup of tea. But it's fun to talk about for sure. So that's the most recent episode. Go ahead and check that out wherever you get your podcast. But let's dive into Furious Homer here. I really, really like these figures. I think they're a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to try to unbox it and bust out the handy dandy scissors. Be careful at home, kids. Got to bust the tape though. So I'm gonna open Homer up. Man, does anyone notice, I don't know if this is just a complaint on my end or a general thing for everybody. Figures are becoming increasingly harder to open. It's like and I'm knocking my camera over. Don't do that. Let's not knock over the camera. Oh my goodness. these things are getting increasingly more difficult to get out of the package. And I miss the days of the old school Hasbro. A lot of accessories here. Very cool. Box there. Nice box. Nice little shot of Homer there. I do like that. The twist ties, the dreaded twist ties. We got all the pieces of the fence. The kiddie pool. Very cool. So much stuff here. The twist ties. Not my favorite thing. Clip that there. All right. Get the can of green paint. The sound of the crinkling plastic. Not my favorite. Get Homer out of here. All right, we got Homer. Twist ties. Okay. Pretty cool. I like the... I think Jakks did well with the articulation here. Where it... Oh! Well, that's unique. He's got a button on the back. Look at there. Very Hasbro-esque. So maybe that does justify the price point a little bit more. For me, I'm okay with it now that I know that, because I didn't know that before. So, set Homer there. Instructions. How to build a fence, apparently. You put it together. Well, there you go. And instructions. That's what we need to hear. A lot of fence pieces. A lot of fence pieces. All right, I'm going to take this offline, as they say, and put it together. We'll be back to look at Furious Homer. So we got Homer completely unboxed here. Furious Homer. Let me tell you, putting that fence together about made me furious. It's in many pieces. As you can see, it's not the best constructed fence in the world. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, I really like this figure a lot. Like I said, these figures have a lot more articulation than the Playmates counterparts. That we saw back in the early 2000s. Those are kind of more just collectibles, but he's got knee articulation, obviously, wrists and elbows, his head moves side to side, but then again, that Hasbro style, well, that didn't look so good, did it? But angry Homer, he is so angry. That does kind of make it fun. Now, here's the thing about the Hasbro style articulation. Of course, if you're not a wrestling figure fan, I'm talking about the WWF Hasbro figures from back in the early 90s. They all had an action, as we say. A clothesline action. Maybe their hands go up and down and like you do like the big elbow smash off the top or something. But they all had an action of sorts. And with all the retro companies coming out in this day and age, they opted not to do the action simply because it was expensive. So that's an interesting thing, because we want that, but would we want to spend the extra money? Well, the answer is pretty easy for me. No, I don't want to spend the extra money. But other people are like, oh, I really want that. I really want to have that. So it's kind of a catch-22, I guess, on a lot of instances. Here for this, it is kind of fun. Would I have rather this been, more like 18 as opposed to 25 without the action? 100%. Because to me, it's about the figure. I'm not playing with these, right? I mean, I kind of am as I put it together and do this stuff. But essentially, this is a display piece. And the fence goes by. It was a good run. It was a good run while it lasted. But this is a display piece for me. This is a fun figure to include. I do love the kiddie pool. I do love the green paint. I want to say the early prototype, and I'll see if I can find a picture of that to throw in the video. He was completely green. And I don't know if that was something they took away because, okay, that's too much like the Hulk. I'm really not sure. But now that, it's kind of green in places, but not all the way, there's definitely like that Hulk comparison, but not exact. So, I don't know. I'm sure that's just going to be an urban legend as to why they did that. Maybe it was too close to what Marvel was doing. Maybe this is kind of gives it a uniqueness that, because Playmates actually did do this figure in a Bongo Comics 3-pack, and he was the ingestible bulk. So they definitely leaned in very hard to the Hulk look. So maybe this is Jakks just wanting to do it a little bit differently. But overall, I like the Simpsons line. I like it a lot. I'm very excited. I would love for some more deluxe figures to hit. But these are not easy to find at retail. In fact, I've never even seen these at retail. My Walmart and Target has restocked the Simpsons first wave multiple times. And I was able to pick up all three of the deluxe figures over on Amazon. But like I said, I've never seen them at retail. I do know retail stores tend to order what they think will sell. And I'm wondering if maybe a $25 Simpsons figure didn't seem like a big hit for them, so they opted not to. again, I'm not sure. And it might have been, no, we'll take the regular line and the small line, but we don't want the big one. But again, these retail stores sell so much stuff that is expensive. A lot of them are selling NECA, and now they're starting to sell Super 7. So I don't know. I don't know how that would make sense, how that would matter. But there's got to be a reason we're not seeing these on retail shelves. If you are finding these on your retail shelves, please let me know. Throw a comment on there or hit me up on the social medias at TB Toycast. Let me know that you are finding it and where. Because maybe they are popping in at certain places. I just have not seen them myself. It's hard to say. But overall, I like this figure a lot. I plan to unbox more Simpsons figures on the channel. I plan to get more Simpsons figures because these are a lot of fun. And I'm excited. Simpsons Mania 2024. It's really, really cool. I dig it the most. But that will pretty much wrap up this edition of the TB Toycast unboxing. Like I said, make sure to check out the TB Toycast every Thursday, wherever you get your podcast. Like, subscribe, get your notifications. Don't miss any unboxings. I'm still new to this. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I'm certainly not going to do the Kyle Peterson 4 videos a day. I don't even know how he keeps up with that. I'm not sure he knows how he keeps up with that. After going through a little bit of the editing process, I'm just like, oh, what have I got myself into? So I don't know how many I'm going to do, but I do want to keep doing them. Will I unbox everything I buy? I don't know, but I do really like them. So I like doing this. It's fun. It's a creative outlet for me. And I hope you guys enjoy it as well. And I'm still working on my setup here. As you notice, I have a white backdrop now over there instead of the bare wall. So I'm trying to change things up, trying to make things better. We'll see what works, and we'll see what gets changed as the days go on. But this is a lot of fun for me, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it as well. And we will keep more unboxing videos coming your way. So thank you guys for checking out TB Toycast here on YouTube, and we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top.